wish you all the best. Shuffle up and deal.
The guy in seat 4 just burped. Seat 7 hasn't said a word in 2 hours, and someone's arguing about whether that was a string bet or not. Meanwhile, the poker dealer, still silent, still shuffling, still somehow getting blamed. Everyone at the table thinks they know the rules better than you, even the guy who can't count to 20. Welcome to the world of poker dealing. It sucks. The poker dealer is the only person in the room who didn't choose to be at that table. They didn't buy in, they didn't sit down expecting to win a few hundred. They're just there to shuffle, deal, and silently take the abuse. And the abuse, it starts immediately. First of all, everything is your fault. If someone misreads the board and folds the best hand, that's somehow your fault. If they announce all in, then claim they said call, guess who they turn to with the angry stare? And if the river hits their opponent's miracle card, you're not just a dealer anymore, you're a set-up artist. They'll look at you like you personally planted that 2-outer in the deck, like you've got a secret button under the table marked "Make him cry." Then come the rule experts, and boy, there's a lot of them. Every table's got one guy who read half the rulebook and thinks he's the floor manager. He's the first to yell, "String bet," even if the guy just hesitated picking up his chips. He'll challenge the tiniest of things. "Isn't that a missed deal? He flashed a card." Meanwhile, this same guy doesn't know the blinds went up 20 minutes ago, and if you call the floor, he'll interrupt them too. Actually, I think you're wrong there, boss. Congratulations, you're not just a dealer, you're a referee, a therapist, and now a courtroom judge. It gets better. Some players can't count, can't add, and absolutely refuse to learn. Guy says raise, tosses in a bunch of chips, then acts shocked when you ask for more. Wait, isn't that enough? No, Steve, it's not enough, and your math isn't mathing. The rest of the table suddenly chimes in with conflicting advice. That's a call. No, it's a raise. Actually, I think it's binding. It's chaos. And now you, the dealer, are expected to untangle this mess using high school math in front of 9 sweaty gamblers and 1 drunk guy who keeps saying, "I used to play on full tilt." Speaking of table characters, let's talk about the tanker and the talker. The tanker is locked in a deep stare. He's been in the tank so long, you're starting to worry if he's fallen asleep with his eyes open. You can't say a word, you can't move, you just wait. Meanwhile, the talker won't shut up. He's replaying his last bust-out hand from 2 weeks ago, explaining how the math checked out. And while you're trying to count the pot and run the action, he's cracking jokes like it's open mic night at the Rio. So there you are, trapped between a statue and a stand-up comedian, just trying to get through the hand without losing your mind. And that's when you notice it, the smell. Seat 5 has been munching chicken wings without napkins. Seat 8 just took off his shoes under the table. And the guy who's been in the 2 seat all night, his hoodie smells like it's been through the entire 2005 World Series of Poker main event. You're dealing across sticky cards, staring at buffalo sauce fingers and hoping no one sneezes on the chip stack. Then, after all that, the pot gets pushed. The guy who won grabs his chips and walks off like he's owed it. No tip, not even a nod. But the guy who lost, oh, he's the generous one. He flips you a single chip and says, "Tough job, man," like he didn't just shout at you for 3 straight streets. It's poetic, really. You endure 2 hours of awkward silence, questionable hygiene, bad math, slow tanks, and fake rules. And your reward is a sarcastic tip and a seat change. And somehow, the real nightmare hasn't even started, because now the camera crew's setting up. The lights come on, the YouTube vloggers show up, the stream goes live, and suddenly, every mistake, every angle shot, every meltdown, it's all happening with the whole world watching. And then, there was Lauren, one of the most respected dealers on Hustler Casino Live, professional, efficient, unshakable. Until one night, it wasn't a bad beat or chip spill that threw things off. It was a comment, not a poker comment, not a rules dispute, just a creepy, on-air remark about a kiss made to her while she was doing her job. She did what anyone in a professional setting should do. She reported it. And what happened next? Was the player removed? Nope, Lauren was. Removed from the show entirely. Not suspended, not rotated out for a shift. Gone. All for speaking up about a remark that should have never been made in the first place, let alone on camera, in front of thousands of viewers on a live poker stream. And this isn't new. Ask any female poker dealer what it's like to work a table full of men on a heater. You'll hear the same things. You have beautiful eyes. So, do you have a boyfriend? If I win this pot, I get your number, right? You're not a dealer anymore. You're a target for flirtation, awkward jokes, and unsolicited comments, all while still being expected to count the pot, keep track of the action, and smile through it. And the worst part, if you speak up, if you even flinch, you're the one who's causing problems. You're being too sensitive. You're not letting the guys have fun. Lauren's story mattered because it revealed what so many dealers, especially women, already knew. Poker may be a game of skill, but some people at the table never learned how to be decent humans. And far too often, it's the staff, not the offenders, who get shuffled out when lines are crossed. So what's the resolution here? There isn't one. The pain of being a poker dealer doesn't magically go away. They don't suddenly get tipped more. There's no Netflix redemption arc, just more hands to deal, more players to babysit. But despite everything, the bad beats, the burping, the brainless banter, they still show up, still shuffle, still smile, still take it on the chin day after day for people who think straddle is the peak of strategy. So the next time you slam the table, throw your cards or yell about bad luck, just remember, there's someone across the table who's heard it all, seen it all, and already knows your bluff isn't going to work. Tip your dealer, or at the very least don't breathe chicken wing fumes on the felt. But if you think dealers have it bad, wait until you hear about two poker pros who hated each other so much, they made every table feel like a cold war. Daniel Negreanu and Annie Duke weren't just rivals. They were sworn enemies in a game where ego is the currency and grudges never fold.